I know it's my destiny. 11.6 measures of central tendency. All right, you guys know what these are. You just don't know what they are. But as soon as I tell you what they are, you'll be like, oh, I know what these are. Measures of central tendency uh, is the mean, the median, and the mode. So, yes, you've learned this probably in the 6th grade. The mean is the average. When you add up all the numbers and then divide by however many numbers there are, the median is like the middle. But when you find the middle, you have to make sure that the numbers are lined up from least to greatest. And then the mode is the number you see the most. And then sometimes there can be more than one mode because there could be a couple of modes. All right, so we have some new definitions. Bimodal, that's when you have a data set that has two modes. An outlier is a value that is substantially different from the rest of the data in the set. So sometimes you have a set of numbers and they're all kind of related, and then there's one number that's way off. That is called an outlier. The range is just the difference between the largest number and the smallest number. And the way you find the range is just the large number minus the small number. And then we have quartiles. There's an upper quartile and there's a lower quartile. And it just means the medians of the data. So whatever the middle of the data is. And sometimes you have the middle of the bottom, and then sometimes you have the middle of the top, called the upper and the lower quartile. And then when you're asked to solve for the quartiles, you don't use the median as part of the data. So let's do an example to see what that means. All right, here I give you a table. It looks like job offers and the number of students that get job offers or don't get job offers with the zero there. Find the measures of central tendency for job offers per student. So the first thing you want to do is list out the number of job offers. Here it is. There were 2 students with 0 job offers. So there's the 2 zeros. There were 2 students with 1 job offer. So there's the 2 ones. We have 4 students with 2 job offers. So that's why 2 appears 4 times. And then the 3 appears 5 times. And then the 4 job offers appear twice. So always list out the data. And then we can go ahead and find the mean, the median, the mode. The mean is 2.2. If you add them all up and divide by, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So if you add them all up and divide by 15, you should get 2.2. The median is the middle number, so you can physically go from end to end. So start canceling them out, start canceling them out, start canceling them out, and then you should get the middle to be, I think it's like right here. And then the mode, the number you see the most. And in this case, we see 3 the most. We see it 5 times. So kind of easy. You've done it before. Now we're going to do it on the calculator. So your calculator will do the mean and the median. For some reason, it does not do the mode. All right, so where's my calculator? So we have the button. That's a stat button. It is right here. If you push stat, you should get an option that says edit. And then there's lists like L1, L2, L3. You're going to go ahead and fill in L1 or whatever list you want with your data. Now, sometimes if you have a used calculator, then the L1 has disappeared because someone accidentally deleted it. You can delete a whole column. So the way you do that is you can just reset your calculator and bring all the lists back. If you go to stat again, the fifth option is setup editor. That also will bring the list back. So depending if someone has used your calculator before and accidentally deleted the column, you can always bring that column back. All right, so fill in your data with the list of numbers. And then this time you're going to hit the second button, and on top of the stat is the list. So if you click it and then scroll over to where it says math, I'm doing it as we speak. You should see the minimum, the maximum, the mean, the median, the sum, and then the standard deviation. We got all of that information all in there. And so you can find the mean and the median that way. In this case, if you're looking for the mean, it's the third option down. And then you put in your list the L1, whatever list you put it on. And the L1 is actually on top of the 1. So you have to be able to put the L1 in that spot. And then it'll tell you the mean. And then if you do it again for the median, it'll tell you for the median. It's kind of nice to have the calculator do all the work for you. The key, though, the important part is that you need to put the data in correctly, because sometimes I'll give you a table that has like 50 pieces of information in it, and then you have to put it all in your calculator, but then 50 is a lot of numbers, and if you accidentally mess up one number, maybe one of the numbers is 17, but you actually accidentally put in 16, it'll mess up the information. So it is important that you put the exact information in your calculator to make the calculations work. And then we also did box and whiskers. And so you guys know what a box and whisker looks like. It's just a rectangular box, and then it has two whiskers coming out. So parts of it, we have the minimum value down here. We have the maximum value all the way up here. The line in the middle is the median. And then this line is the lower quartile, and this line is the upper quartile. All right, so let's look at how we can put some data in a box and whiskers. Oh, there we have it, upper quartile, lower quartile. And then interquartile is the middle one. All right, so we have temperatures in 2013. If we go from January all the way to December, those are what the letters stand for: January, February, March. And you have the average temperature in each month. You need to create a box and whiskers for the following data. All right, so the first thing we need to do is we're going to put them in order from least to greatest. So now sometimes, well, this one's small enough for you to put it in order, but if there's a ton of data and it's really hard to put in order, you can put the numbers in your calculator in the order that it's written, and then the calculator will put it in order for you. So if you go to the stat button, they can sort the numbers for you. That's pretty nice, huh? So there it is, the temperatures in order from least to greatest. Let's go ahead and do the box and whiskers. I know the smallest number is 62 and the largest number is 86, but let's go ahead and put some numbers in for our line to make everything fit. All right, so I started with 60, even though the smallest number is 62. So there it is, 62 is the smallest number. 86 is the largest number. The median, if we add them all up and divide by however many numbers there are, 12, because there's 12 months, there's the median. And then to find the lower quartile, so 72 is right here. Actually, the middle is in between 70 and 74. To find the middle, we just add them together and divide by 2. We take their average. And then to get the lower quartile, you take the lower half of your data and you find its middle, and it was 64. To get the upper quartile, you take the upper half, and then you find its middle. Looks like it's 82. Draw in the little box, draw in the whiskers, and there you have a box and whiskers. Ta-da! Not too bad. So again, this is the smallest number. This is the largest number. This is the middle number. And this is the middle of the bottom half. And this is the middle of the top half. And if there's no middle, then you take the average of the two numbers that are in the middle. Let's go ahead and throw a box and whiskers into the calculator. So this can be fun. So here we have test scores, a whole bunch of numbers. We're going to go ahead and input that into the calculator in the stat list one. And now a lot of you guys are probably now looking at how you can delete the numbers that are already existed from the previous problem. If you scroll up to the L1, don't push delete, because that's how you delete the whole column. There's another button called clear, and so you want to clear. So scroll up to the L1 so that your L1 is highlighted, and then press clear. Nothing happens, but then when you move your cursor away, then the numbers will disappear, and the list will still be there, but the numbers will go away. Don't delete, just clear. All right, so put those numbers in. Fill in L1 or whatever column you want to put it in. Go to the window. The window button is up here. I can show you with this calculator. The window is up here. When you go to the window, you want to fill in the appropriate values. Like the smallest x value, there's an x minimum and an x maximum. You just have to look at for the smallest number, and then go a little bit less than the smallest number. Like the smallest number in this case is 22. So maybe make the x minimum maybe equal to 20, so it's a little bit less. And then the largest number is 100%. And so maybe make the x maximum 110, 105, so that your window is a little bit bigger than the data that we have. All right, so once we have the correct window, what you need to do is go to stat plot, which is up here. It's hard to find, but once you get used to knowing where everything is on your calculator, it should be easy. Go ahead and turn on plot 1, and then choose the box and whiskers option. It should have a little picture of like a box and whisker as a choice. Choose that one, push the graph button, and see what it looks like. And it should graph the box and whiskers for this data set. It'll look kind of cool. Now the one thing is, when we do regular graphs in Algebra 1 and Algebra 2, when the plot 1 is on, then it doesn't graph the straight lines. So when you're graphing regular straight lines, make sure the plot 1 is off for future reference. You can also find the lower number, the highest number, the median, the lower median, and the upper quartile if you use the trace button. When you click on trace, there's a blinker that goes on the calculator, and if you scroll around the pictures, you can see all the parts of the box and whisker. So that's another way of finding the median, finding the lowest number, finding the largest number, finding the lower quartile and the upper quartile. All right, let's do percentiles. And so colleges and high schools like to do this a lot. They want to rank their students. They have a list of scores for students, and they want to know who's in like the 80th percentile. So anyone who is above the 80th percentile, they're going to accept into their college or like give a certain grade, like award for someone like this. And so how do we do percentiles? So the first thing you want to do is take your data and list them from least to greatest. Then you're going to do some calculations. 80th percentile is just 80%, so 0.8. And then multiply it by however many scores there are. In this case, there were 15 numbers. And so we have the 12th spot. So if you count 1 from the bottom, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And so this person who scored 19 is in the 80th percentile. And then anything above is above the 80th percentile. So 19. And then if you wanted to do like the 40th percentile, then you would do the same thing. You would just do 0.4 times the 15 pieces of information here. And I think it ends up at 15, this person. And so this person is at the 40th percentile. All right, go ahead, try the homework, and have fun.